Hi, I'm Roamy. Today I'm going to show you how to use the Tula Toddler carrier to carry your child on your front. So here I've got the Tula Toddler carrier, and this is exactly the same principle if you're using the new preschool carrier as well, so you can watch this video for either. So first of all, I'm going to get the waistband and I'm going to fold it in so the label is facing inwards, and then clip this around. Now, for most people, you probably want to wear it on your hips. If you're very tall, you might want to wear it a little bit higher up, but basically once you've got it on, your child's bottom is going to be sat basically here, so you want it so you can see over the top of their head if possible. So I've just clipped this together and I'm going to tighten it up. And if you tighten it up so it's snug, a bit above where you want it to sit, and then slide it down, it'll then be nice and secure on your hips. Check it's sitting level front to back so it's not tipping. So you want the weight to be evenly distributed on your hips, and also check that it's sitting evenly widthways, so you've got the same amount of fabric on either side of you. Just going to have a quick look at the length of the straps, and I'm also just going to adjust this. So the straps here, that looks fairly good. I might tighten them up a little bit, and this clip here, I like to have this nice and high up by my neck, so I'm just going to slide this up on the runners to the very top. So you may need to do this if you've previously used it in a back carry, or if somebody else has used it, you may need to adjust these. But obviously once it's set for you, you're not going to need to adjust any of them. Okay, I made that one a little bit shorter too. Right, so I'm now ready to pick up my child. So the demo doll I'm using is probably a little bit small for this carrier. This carrier tends to fit nicely from around 2 years, and this is around a 1-year-old size doll, but I don't have a bigger doll, so you have to imagine that they're a bit taller. What you're going to do is hold your child with their head on your chest and then just let their legs wrap around you. If you can let their bottom sink lower than their knees, then that's brilliant, and just check they're sitting evenly over the fabric. Once you're happy with where they are, slide your hand under the fabric and just stroke it up over their bottom and back so you're holding them with the material. Take one strap and put it over one shoulder and make sure their leg isn't caught underneath it, and do the same with the other side. So put this over your shoulder. Now, first time you use it, you may need to tighten these just a little bit, but you don't want to get them too tight at this stage. Just do it a little bit just to hold your child, but don't tighten it fully. So I've got my child in here, and I'm now going to reach up behind my neck and find that clip. So I'm going to clip that together. Now, this is the key thing. What you want to do the first time you use it is tighten that clip up so these straps lie flat on your shoulder. So spend a bit of time just adjusting this to make sure that when you put your arms down, these are lying flat, so they're not sitting too wide. Once you're happy with where these straps are, you can tighten up the main carrier. Now, obviously, because this is a toddler carrier, your child's likely to be a little bit heavier, so just take their weight. So you're not lifting them, you're just literally supporting them with your hand, and pull a little bit on this side, put it straight forwards, and a little bit on this side. You need to do a little bit on either side, otherwise you'll end up with one strap super tight and the other one loose. You want them quite even. The other way you can do it, if you want to tighten the two together, is take hold of the straps and just give a little bounce as you tighten. And what that will do is it will just take your little one's weight while you're tightening, so you're not trying to lift them while tightening the straps. So you want to tighten it up so they're being held as tightly as if you were holding them in your arms. So if you feel you need to lift them, or you feel you need to pull them towards you, then tighten it a little bit more. Their arms will either be out the side here, or if they want to, they can have them out over the top. As long as it's at least to their armpits, they're held securely, but make sure it's no lower than their armpits and also no higher than the nape of their neck. So if they are a bit smaller, make sure it's not too high on them so they've got clear air circulation. So arms can come out the side or they can come out over the top. Leg-wise, you want to ensure it fits from one knee to the other, but not beyond. So you can see with this doll's legs are too short for this carrier because they're a little bit small for it. So you want the fabric to be coming to their knee so their lower leg can swing freely. Okay, so if it looks like this, then your child's a little bit small for the carrier, you need to wait a few months. Have a little feel and check that their bottom is lower than their knees, just so they're nicely supported. If you need to achieve that shape, just take hold of their thighs and give a little tilt. So you've done that sort of movement, and what that will do is help to get their weight on their bottom so there isn't any pressure on their legs. If you need to do any little bits of adjustment, there are these little straps here which are called perfect fit adjusters. So if you've got them in there and you want to tighten a little bit more, if you take their weight and just pull this straight down, if I can get it to go, like that. a new carrier, so it's quite stiff. There we go. So you can see that just shortens that little bit there, and you can do the same on this side. It can be quite handy to use these if your child has got their arms out of the carrier. You may want to tighten it up here, but then if they want to put their arms in and snuggle down to go to sleep, you may want to loosen them again. So they're quite useful for just little bits of tightening when you're using the carrier. But those are the key things. So you want to check that they're held nice and secure. Check the carrier is no lower than their armpits and no higher than the nape of their neck. Have a little feel and make sure it's fitting nicely from one knee to the other. And their arms can either be inside or outside. For you, if you look at the back, you can see these are quite nice and close in towards my neck here, so they're not kind of touching my neck, but they're sitting comfortably on my shoulders, and then the straps are bending round like that. And one of the common issues people have with this is they will do it up. I'm going to loosen this up and just show you. They'll do it up and they'll tighten these fully like that with this strap really wide, and what happens is that then feels like it's pulling off your shoulders. It's not comfy, it's all digging in under your arms. So always make sure you do this one up and get it tightened first before you fully tighten these ones, because if you look now, that's nowhere near as comfy for me, and I feel like this is coming off my shoulders. So always tighten that one first, then tighten these. What's really nice with this carrier though is that once you've adjusted it to fit you, you're not going to need to do any of those things. You'll just literally bring it up over your child, shoulder clip, and it's all done. So it's really, really nice and straightforward, which is fantastic when you've got a mobile child who's obviously up and down all the time. To take them out, you just unclip behind your neck, so just reach up like that, bring one strap off one shoulder and the other strap off the other, and then hold your child on the inside and release the carrier, and then you can put them down, put them on your back, whatever you need to do. And that's how to use the Tula Toddler carrier and also the Tula Preschool carrier on your front.